So do you see this rubber band? See? This is what keeps these stems together, but it will also not let the stems grow thicker. Hello everyone, welcome to Anna's Violets. In this video, we're going to repot 2 money trees, and I'm going to tell you 5 secrets so that you also know what you need to pay attention to when you are repotting your money trees. If you are for the first time on this channel, hi, I'm Anna and I help you grow beautiful and lush plants. So let's jump into repotting. Secret number 1 is of course the size of the pot, because it really matters. So here you see this plant is in a smaller pot and this will go into a bit bigger pot. So I will remove this one and you will see that it's actually in a smaller pot. This is just a ceramic pot, but this one grows in a plastic pot and it's very small, so I'm going to repot it in this one. And the next one is, well, it's quite tall. The pot is on the floor now and I'm going to repot in the same pot because it's quite big, but I need to refresh the soil. So secret number 1 is the size of the pot. So you need to make sure that your Pachyria aquatica is growing in a smaller pot. So let's maybe start from this one and I will show you the size of the pot in a second. So the first one is this one. Let's move it and put it here. So this one is in a clay pot, and I think Pachyrias or money trees are growing the best in clay pots because this type of plants are breathing from all sides and the soil gets dry quicker. So basically your plants do not sit in wet soil, which actually can cause root rot quite fast. So now I'm going to take the plant out because it's so heavy and I feel that it's not really in the center. I will refresh the soil because this plant is growing in the soil for maybe 1.5 to 2 years. By the way, I have repotted this plant, the video you can see here, when it was just like this. So now I'm just gonna repot in the same pot, just, you know, refreshing the soil, and which is actually secret number 2. And so many of you asked me about the type of the soil that I'm using, so you can see it here, but this is from Miracle-Gro. Again, if you would like to buy the same soil, you can find the links in the description of the video, but for now I'm just gonna, you know, pull the plant and it will easily, yeah, just like this, will go out of the pot, because actually this soil was not very good for this one, even though I had perlite in it. But this type of soil was very light and I had the impression that it didn't really hold the plant in the pot. So it was really unstable because the plant itself is heavy and the soil was very light, especially when it gets dry. Yeah, I didn't really like it. And you can see that even in this 1.5 to 2 years, I don't really remember when I repotted it. But yeah, there are not many roots, so these plants don't grow a lot of roots, so make sure that you don't plant them in a bigger pot. Honestly, maybe even this pot is a little bit big. I would prefer maybe one size even smaller, but I don't have it now and I think it would be growing pretty well here. So that was the soil, and the next secret is don't mess with the roots when you repot them. See what I do now? I hope you see it, by the way, but I'm kind of massaging the roots so that I loosen up the roots. I loosen up the roots a little bit. I think here it has quite a lot of roots already. I will still keep the stick to make it, you know, to use it as a support. I think just like this will be enough. Let me see. All right. I need to do something. I need to bring my scissors now that I forgot to bring, and now it will fall. So let me put it back here. Will it fall? No, it's good. So the next secret, just because I'm already doing it, I wanted to show you with this one because I'm sure this one has it too. And this one has this kind of rubber band here This is what they use to basically keep these braided stems together, and when you repot, you need to definitely remove it. So I will cut this here. Yeah. This is basically for the beginning. It helps the plant, the stems, to stay together, braided. But after a while, your plant will not be able to grow anymore, see? So you need to remove this. And if you remove it, don't worry, your plant will still be braided because these are already wooden stems and nothing will happen with them. So I'm gonna put a little bit of fresh soil here at the bottom. I will not mix perlite this time, but if you want, you can also mix perlite. That's also absolutely fine. And actually, it's even better because then the perlite will basically, you know, take the moisture. If you will water it a lot, then it will take the moisture and then will give it back to the soil when the soil is already dry. And this way you will have kind of well-balanced moist but not wet soil. I think if I do it this way, this will be in the center, then we'll need to go this way. All right, I think this way. Now let's continue. You can also, of course, use gloves when you repot, but I'm not using them. So, like this. So, and the secret number 5, while I'm repotting it, I can also tell you the secret number 5, and then we will continue with this one. So secret number 5 is when you repot your money trees, don't put them directly under the sun. Sometimes my money trees get also a little bit of sun, especially in the morning. It's the type of sun that is not really burning them, but they really like this bright area. But when you repot or when you plant, basically any plant, for a couple of weeks, maybe 1-2 weeks, don't put them immediately under the sun, because they first will need to, you know, adapt to the new environment, new soil basically, and the roots will need to, grow a little bit into the soil, be able already to get some water to the stems, and only then you can move your plant to a brighter place. My neighbor started drilling as always, by the way. Every time I record the video for you, he's drilling too. All right, I hope you don't hear it. Okay, and then I will just need to water it a little bit, and that's it. With this one, I will just show you the rubber band, and when we will repot it in a second. Hold on. All right, so let's remove now this one. See the pot size and the roots already growing into this perlite at the bottom of this plant, of this pot. I had perlite here just to make the pot a little bit higher, and also so that the water drains into the ceramic pot. Yeah, but you can see this healthy, absolutely healthy roots growing. Now we will need to put them in the soil. And I would like to show you the rubber band. So I will need to be a little bit careful here not to damage the roots. I really don't like this type of soil because, of course, it holds like a little bit of moisture and helps to grow roots. But yeah, it's kind of a not soil, not really proper. It's like a sponge, honestly. So do you see this rubber band? See? This is what keeps these stems together. but it will also not let the stems grow thicker, so you don't really need this anymore. The stems are wooden, they will stay together, but you need to remove this. You don't need this. So I will cut this together. Okay. Yeah, see? Okay. And now we will put a little bit of soil here. That's enough. Then the plant with all these roots, of course, like this. And we add more soil on it. That's it. Stay patient about plants. See you next time.